What is good, people? Welcome back to another episode of RNS. The season is over. I'm here with my boy Kweku Afari. Kweku, this season, the 24-25 season, has been, for me, the craziest season ever. Not because of my football club, Man United, but for so many other things.
Yeah.
My first thought is that I've never seen so many parades within a season ever of Premier League football. But again, so many people have wanted to parade, whether it's parading your second title in 30 years or parading your first Carabao Cup first major trophy in 70 years, or Crystal Palace who are doing a parade right now for the FA Cup, their first major trophy ever, or if it's Arsenal women doing something. Since like everyone's getting something, like everyone, even Spurs are leaving, everyone is left with something.
Yeah.
And so this has been the craziest. Like, do you know that meme where the guys take off his shirt and he's like, Power League, he's like, shit, guy scored.
Yes,
like
yeah.
It happened to everyone this year, bro. And so before we get on to United and stuff like that, or even your Chelsea who's made the Champions League, everyone's left with a low-key something, and we still got some things to go. Obviously the Champions League, and you got the Conference League as well. So everyone's leaving with something. But what have you made of this season? Because if you told me that this season would consist of Liverpool winning the league, I'd be surprised. If you told me that Man City would not win a trophy, go trophyless, and just make top four, I'll be like, what the hell? If you told me Arsenal would trophyless, I'll be like, same stuff. If you told me Newcastle will win a trophy, I'll be like, okay, nice.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace wins the FA Cup. All right, this is kind of crazy. This is giving like Leicester 2016 vibes. Yeah, Man United's finishes 15th. Spurs finish 17th with 22 losses, but they get Champions League football. Like, this is the most craziest season I've ever had.
Yeah, you're right. Everybody's leaving with something. But I think I call the season like the hindsight season, because after the season's done, everything now makes sense. It's like, well, yeah, of course Man City dropped off. Like Kevin De Bruyne's older, like their best players ain't performing. Bernardo Silva's older. And then if you look at the Liverpool team, like, yeah, of course they're going to win the league. They've got Mo Salah, they've got Van Dijk, they've got Trent, they got ballers, right? They've got McAllister in midfield. Nobody really knew about Gravenberch this season, but that come into play as well. Okay, but in the six. Not in the six.
Good footballers.
Yeah,
good footballers.
Okay, so good footballer. But like, I feel like, look at the top four. It kind of makes sense. You got Liverpool there. You got Arsenal there. You got Man City there. You got Chelsea there, and you got Newcastle. Like that's not too far off. If you're looking at the season and you're actually analysing what's in front of us, Man City, nobody expected them to fall off this much, but their players are older, and their 4 in a row was crazy. 5 in a row is just unprecedented, especially in England. No one's going to do that, and we should have kind of known that, right? Liverpool, nobody expected Arne Slot. That's the problem. Nobody expected Arne Slot.
Those niggas in O Beach, blood. They haven't won a game since.
Bro,
did they win yesterday?
No, they didn't. Yeah,
nigga went O Beach and just forgot.
So I think the season has been crazy.
I hear it, Arnie.
It's been crazy, but for me, right, my whole and this is why football is great. It's about emotions. My hindsight off of the back of season now is like, yeah, good season. Chelsea, obviously, because Chelsea done well. That's what makes it emotional thing, right? Not did well. Chelsea qualified for the Champions League. And so I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, I'm happy for Palace. I'm happy for Newcastle. I'm happy for, like, not happy for Liverpool, never be happy for Liverpool, but like Salah and Van Dijk deserved another Premier League title, let's be honest. And so all I can say is that I think this has been a good season. Like, and 3 weeks ago, I weren't saying that.
Well, yeah.
The end of the season's been crazy.
The end of the season's been crazy, and honestly, I think, yeah, because you've come out with something, it's a good season, but for me, this is the worst season of ever. This is the worst season I've ever experienced in my life. I think so.
Nah.
No. I think so.
For you personally?
For me personally.
Oh, for you?
For me personally. Let me tell you
personally.
My stocks in football right now, because bear in mind, Kweku, I've been working in the sports industry for over 5 years now. Yeah. So I feel like I kind of know football, and I've been watching football for over 20 years. Yeah. I feel like I kind of know it. I kind of know how it goes, and I know football changes because I've spoken with people who played football before I was born, and they told me football's changed so much. But now I'm starting to experience it because football, from what I know, is not the same. As you said, I think the middle teams have got better in the Premier League.
The middle teams
and I think the top teams have got a little bit worse. I also think players that I don't think who are good enough to play can go succeed. So, for instance, we've got...
Name names.
Listen, we've got Scott McMuffin. We've got McMuffin. He is now on the same... Okay, Maradona won 2 Scudettos, but he literally won a Scudetto and won a Serie A MVP. Now, I don't think he's a bad footballer, but I saw the footballer at Man United for so many years, and then I saw him have a good season, and now he's had a great season in Serie A. And don't get twisted, Serie A is a place in which a lot of players like Darmian, Ashley Young, like you can get to Scudetto, and this is no disrespect to.
You might even get Champions League.
Brother,
Mkhitaryan.
do you know what I mean? 2 and 3 years. Do you know what I mean? If you want to go retire and go play good football, and it's easier, go to Serie A. But everything I know love in football is just changing, and it's not great, bro. I'm seeing people. Don't get twisted. I think Champions League football's really good for you, man. Yeah. It's only going to make you progress. But do you think you would celebrate Champions League football like that under Abramovich?
Great question, right? And this has been a topic of debate amongst the Chelsea community. I saw Rory Jennings digging out Chelsea for like celebrating like they won a trophy.
That's why I love Rory. I love
Gabby Agbonlahor telling Maresca to chill out and just to calm down, because Maresca, in his press conference after Chelsea qualified for the Champions League, he said that basically told the journalists to F off. He said the words F off. He said that those people that didn't believe in us or have things to say after every game, he goes, those people that said we weren't good enough, they can F off. I'm paraphrasing, right? And so I think as a Chelsea fan, we got told by people like you, when our club got sanctioned.
What? Me?
When our club got sanctioned and Roman Abramovich had to sell the football club, everybody was telling me, welcome to death row.
I didn't say that.
You said that, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Because we were blessed. Roman Abramovich, we hit the lottery, right? He just flew over London. He said, I want that one. That one was blue and Southwest London. I said,
I like blue. It was the colour of blue.
And I said, yeah, cool, run your money through this club, bro, and bring me some of the happiest days of my life. Do you know what I mean? So
he's had a child after Abramovich ran away.
One of the happiest days of my life.
What? That's your title?
Don't make me do that. I love you, Dash. I love you, Dash.
Hey, that's your Istanbul 2005, bro.
Nah.
What? My future child in Moscow? Wait. If you've ever won the Champions League since, I don't know, you know.
But that future child might go on to win a Champions
What's more likely, me to have a child or Man United to win a Champions League?
Brother.
I actually don't know.
The Man United thing will come on to it.
Yeah, we'll come on to it, but
with
go back.
With the Chelsea one, bro, it's like, I'm celebrating it, because when I got told welcome to death row, I said, okay, I hear it. And then when we finished 12th in the first season under Clear Lake, I'm like, okay, I
don't think you shouldn't celebrate it, but I think Chelsea's a big club.
You man were, I was like, you man were right when we finished 12th, right? I said, you man were correct. It's death row. Then we sat managers, whatever. They bring in Pochettino. We finished 6th, get to a cup final. I'm like, okay, cool, you man was right, but like, we're progressing and we're doing all right. And if the season went on for 5 more games, qualify for Champions League, then this year, with the youngest team in the Premier League, with the youngest team in Premier League history, not just the season, the youngest team in Premier League history, with glaring weaknesses, like everyone knows we haven't got a goalkeeper.
Or centre-back, striker.
These key positions. And we are up against a team like Newcastle who have got those key positions, right? People tell me how sick Botman is. People tell me how sick Tonali and Guimaraes are. Everybody knows how good Isak is, yeah? In the key...
Yeah, but Newcastle was still
in the spine of your team, you've got strong players. And that's what everybody else has got. We haven't got that, right? We've got Cole Palmer and Inshallah. And for that team to finish 4th, yeah, I'm going to fucking celebrate. Yeah, I'm going to fucking come on the podcast with my shades on and blocking out the haters, because everybody told us we were shit. Everybody told us we were shit. Everybody said... billionaire bottle jobs, 1.6 billion, whatever. Your squad's based on this, your squad's based on that. And in Clear Lake 3 years in charge, we've gone from 12th to 6th to 4th, right? And Cole Palmer hasn't scored in open play for 22 league games. How have we done that? We've done that because the mentality's coming back, bro. In the rundown to the season, we were on different shows, and people were telling me, no way Chelsea do it. They got the hardest running. They got Liverpool, they got United, they got Forest away, they got Newcastle. Chelsea ain't gonna fucking do it. Win 5 out of 6 to qualify for the Champions League. That's fucking mentality. And that weren't pretty play. That weren't just a possession game. That was fucking mentality. And I don't care what no one said. Fun day of the season, not the Forest take points off everybody. And Maresca brought up in his press conference. Chelsea go to the City ground. What do? We shithouse it. We 0-4-0-5 it, and we take it. We take 4th place. I'm going to say it, we are back. We are back, because Champions League football is back at Stamford Bridge. We are going to go and get a striker. We are going to improve in the position we need to improve in. Next season, title charge, and I'm saying it right now. So for everybody who chatted shit and said Chelsea ain't going to do it, and wouldn't it be so nice if it was Villa and Forest and Newcastle? Nah, fuck that, Chelsea are back. Sorry.
No. Brother, I agree with you. I don't agree that Chelsea backs, so I'll never say that. But really and truly, you're going into next season with a strong position with the youngest squad in the league, like give me that position. I'll win you the league on Football Manager easily. But like
in the history of the Premier League, youngest squad.
But what I'm saying is that I think Chelsea are a big club. I didn't see Man City celebrate Champions League. Man City got third, right?
Yeah.
I didn't see Man City do any. I didn't see them man jumping.
Man City are one of the best teams in the world. Man City off the back of a 4-peat.
Is that what you want to do? Like, I don't know. I'm not saying you can't celebrate Champions League football, but that's not the Chelsea I know.
No, yeah, but the thing is, rebuilds, yeah. And if you're being serious,
like, do you think Man United? Okay, cool. Hypothetically, do you think Man United, if we do ever make Champions League football, do you think we'll be celebrating like that?
Depends on the state of your squad. It depends on the state of the squad. Like, what I'm saying, right, is that Liverpool's rebuild, this proper rebuild, it took. For them to get to where they need to get to, it took 25, 26 years, right? From when they were at the top to coming back to being at the top again. Arsenal's rebuild is still fucking going on. They last won a title in 2004. Your rebuild, you're 12 years into it, 13 years into it, and it doesn't look like ending very soon. Our club was sanctioned and we got told we were going out of business 4 years ago. They were saying that Azpilicueta and Tuchel are going to have to take a turn driving the bus because we can't put petrol in the bus because they froze our funds. Bro, they froze our funds.
I totally forgot about that.
And then we finished 12th. I'm thinking we're done. And this year, with the youngest team, every player that won the Champions League, that played significant minutes in 2021, they're not there no more. Reece James is the only person still there, and that is it. Mason Mount plays for Manchester United. Timo Werner plays for Spurs, and Kai Havertz plays for Arsenal. The team has been torn apart, and within a couple of years, the rebuild is here. We've gone from 12th to 6th to 4th. Next year, title charge. And so when people tell me about how we need to watch Arsenal and give Arteta time, I get it, give him time. But you have to hit your targets. Maresca at the beginning of the season was not told he needs to finish the top 4. That was not his remit. But he did it. We're ahead of it. We wouldn't have us there. And so we're ahead of schedule. We're going to win a trophy on Wednesday that I don't really care about. These guys are going to get a taste of winning and we're going to keep it moving. Got one of the best young players in the world in Cole Palmer.
He hasn't scored an open play league goal.
And still scored 15 goals. One less goal than Bukayo Saka's best season. So if this is his floor, what's his ceiling? And so we could talk about how Cole Palmer's fallen off. He has. We could talk about how Reece James is always injured. He is. We could talk about how Enzo's not physical enough for the Premier League. He isn't. We could talk about how shit Robert Sanchez is. He is. We still finished 4th. Yeah. And so I don't know what people want to tell me.
Is that an indictment on the league? For me, that's an indictment on the league. I'm like, hey, bro, I can tell you all my stocks are in the mud right now, bro. Like, cool. United are United. And even Aston Villa suck, bro, because what were Aston Villa doing? Like, Aston Villa could have easily beaten us. I don't know what they were doing there. And Emi Martinez is a weirdo. But what I don't like is that, obviously, cool. I think you're a big club and congratulations. And you're like, I can really tell why you're optimistic because you're going to get a striker, you're going to get a thing, and you should be thinking title charge, right?
Yes.
But, so Man United right now, we basically, here we go with Cunha. So that's one.
Saw that. Are you happy with it?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, Cunha's given me 2 seasons in the Premier League in which he scored a good amount of goals and played like a good footballer. So,
do you know when thing was happening, I wasn't too sure about it, and then when I saw the here we go, obviously the price is a little bit more than you'd want to spend.
But it's in installments. They said we can Klarna it.
Yeah, you can Klarna it. And then when I saw the here we go, and I just thought about the reality of it. Good signing. Because he will score you goals. Yeah. He will be effective in the Premier League. And bro, football situational. You were telling me about McMuffin going to Serie A and picking up a Scudetto. Football is about how your manager utilizes you. There's a reason why.
You know what I think it's about recently? Environment.
Environment. Yeah, you're right.
Environment. And that's why I've because look, bro, Anthony.
Yeah.
Look at everyone that's leaving United.
Exactly.
Until we buried that hyena that Pogba buried.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think Pogba buried a hyena because I love Pogba in it. But he buried a hyena in Old Trafford. But anyway, that's not the point.
You're paying. But some of the things that's happening to you right now, you're paying for your sins. Because the sins of Paul Pogba. Because what you man did
was
combined with
a generational talent.
Not just a generational talent.
Let's do it again.
Bro,
that wasn't our fault.
Not just a generational talent. Like in my opinion, the most talented midfielder we've ever seen. The player that was supposed to be the greatest midfielder we have ever seen. And he's wasted how many years at your football club?
6.
And with people thinking he's shit.
Yeah.
You're paying for those sins. Yeah,
because
that should never happen to Paul Pogba. That should never happen to Paul Pogba.
But it did.
But it did. Paul Pogba should have won a Champions League, at least one Champions League for Paul Pogba. That nigga
Won a
should
World
have.
Cup, though.
Yeah, that nigga should have about 3 or 4 Champions Leagues. That's how good he is. And you, man, paying for those sins right now.
Yeah, but we're trying to. Well, it looks like we're trying to build a Premier League proven squad because we're now linked with Brian Mbeumo, which I don't know how to feel about that one. I don't know how to feel. Not because I think 50 M's, because not because I feel like Brentford's a bus up in Hounslow, but Brian Mbeumo is a good footballer, and he bagged 20 Premier League goals this season, which a lot of your goats has not
ever done. Michael Owen, 20 Premier League goals. Johan Visa got to 19.
But Johan Visa's 28.
Yeah.
But so Mbeumo's 25. So it's a good signing. Like him and Cunha's are two. That's like Premier.
It's like heritage. It feels like up and out. I'm gonna get goals.
Well, yeah,
you get goals.
No, you get
those
are 2 men that get goals in the Premier League.
Yeah.
But don't get it twisted. I would rather have Ryan Cherki because that's 25 million, and he's younger and better.
Don't cancel me. We're in the week of people getting cancelled. Don't cancel me. All right, I'm about to say something.
Why?
North African man.
Yeah, Arteki.
They are the techiest, bro. They are so techie. Like they are amazing footballers. In the Premier League, I ain't really seen one of them ones work, bro. I ain't never seen a Ryan Cherki work. Like a North African brother coming.
Okay, but do you think Florian Wirtz is going to work?
The best one, Riyad Mahrez. The best one's Riyad Mahrez.
I wouldn't mind a Riyad Mahrez.
But Riyad Mahrez didn't come for like. He came through the Championship. Do you know what I mean? So he came through the dirt. So he knew what English football was.
Yeah,
bro, these man, like he was at Leicester going to fucking...
Cool. Hear me out.
I don't bet 365 away, bro. Like he was...
Riyad Mahrez at the Hawthorns before.
Yeah. So he got it out the mud. You know what I mean?
Where
these ones who are coming from, I'm living in France and it's lovely and we
but France isn't like that. I think, no, hear me out. I think the best pipeline out of all the top 5 leagues, the best pipeline from... Sounds crazy.
Yeah, but, no, you're right.
The best pipeline from intensity of play is Ligue 1 to the Premier League. So I think if you can do it in Ligue 1, you can do it in the Premier League. Ligue 1 is not Serie A, it's not the Bundesliga, it's not La Liga. Out of all, like, the closest one, physicality-wise, it's definitely because there's bare niggas.
Yeah.
Basically, Ligue 1.
Yeah.
So I think if you do it, bro, and I think and not only, but this is the thing with Ryan Cherki, it's not just because I watched one 12-minute comp of him with Drake playing in the background, it's because we saw it at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
We saw it. He didn't only just spin us in Lyon, he spun us away at Old Trafford. And really and truly, they had 10 men and he scored what should have been their winning goal, but then they took him off. And then when they took him off, that was it.
I remember when they took him off at that sideline, I think, yeah.
Brother, he did not want to come off because he was like, this game's not done.
Yeah.
And clearly it wasn't.
It wasn't.
He's a hooper. And not only is he a hooper, he's bow-footed, bro. People go watch that game at Old Trafford, you'd think he's left-footed. He dribbles so well with his left, but he's right-footed. The only reason I clocked he was right-footed is because that's how he took his corners.
Yeah. Do you know what?
That's a bow-footed player.
Do you know what, though?
And I think that's more potential. That's a higher ceiling than Brian Mbeumo. Even though Brian Mbeumo scored 20 Premier League goals. And what's crazy, I don't even think Ryan Cherki would ever score 20 Premier League goals. But do you see what I mean?
I know what you mean in terms of football.
Profile. Yeah.
In terms of bro, you're spitting. In terms of the profile, I get it. Because if you've got Cunha, he can kind of do the thing that you're going to get Mbeumo to do. Give me like a hooper to
but they want both
to connect it. But that's why I kind of like it, bro. But that's why I kind of like it. That's why I kind of like it.
Like a Salah Mane?
Because bro, that's what I'm gonna say. It's a Sadio Mane thing. Because I'm sure when Liverpool doing their scouting, there's probably a no-name player playing out in Ligue 1 who's a hooper. We don't know. Mane was at Southampton. He was at the St. Mary's. He knew what it was about. Let's just get him over here and get him working. He can do it.
It's like a Jared Bowen. I know what I'm getting.
I know what I'm getting. And in football right now, you need to. I know what I'm getting. I know what I'm getting.
I think Man United need to get to. I know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
With players with Ruben Amorim, and then we start.
And then you start picking the superstars because you need to know. I know what I'm getting. Like
or build the superstars through like
Harrington. Like right now, and again, I don't like to use Arsenal as a beacon for anything because they ain't won nothing. But like,
they knew what they're getting when they got Declan Rice.
Exactly, they knew what they're getting.
Paid too much for it, but yeah.
Like Man City knew what they were getting when they were getting John Stones. Like Man City did quite a bit.
Where is John Stones? When was the last time you ever saw him?
He's done. So I feel like, bro, Cunha, Mbeumo, with an actual good striker, even with Xerxes up top, that shit works. Because Mbeumo can just drift to the centre. Bro,
that man can run in behind.
Bro, that shit works. So I just like...
Well, what about Cunha's Cherki?
Cunha Shirky would also, but I'd be unsure.
Because of North Africans in the Premier League, because they're not through the mud,
bro.
The banlieues of Paris is not enough for you.
You know what I mean, bro. Like, it's the unknown.
Premier League proven.
And I don't think that Mbeumo's going to go anywhere and not score goals. You know what I mean?
He scored 20. He scored 25.
Bro, he scored 20 goals. Ivan Toney got 20 goals. Remember,
he matched Tony's record.
Brentford were pranging when Ivan Toney went. I know he had the ban last year, but they're thinking, what we're going to do. Bro, Mbeumo's given them 20, Visa's given them 19. Go and get Premier League proven. Because right now we're in a funny place.
If he scores 20, deeper. If he scores 15 for United in his first season, he's already...
Yeah.
And he scored more for Brentford.
Yeah.
You know what, Tony?
Out of Liverpool's midfield, yeah? Who's the one that you know is going to be consistent, turn up all the time? It's going to be McAllister because he's proven. We saw it. Caicedo, we've seen it in the Premier. Like, we've seen it. Go and get the things that we've seen. The other things we ain't seen, that's for them, man. We don't know. You're not in a position to take those risks, bro. Not in a position to take those risks. Go and get what you know, and then when you get what you know.
But I don't think Shirky's a risk because we saw it. Whether we like it or not, we saw it twice against us.
Yeah.
And I know we're rubbish, but like, dude, cool. Shirky's not me trying to watch a comp and be like, yo, Man United, check this comp out. We saw it against our own players. We saw the way he was working us, bro. We all thought he was left-footed until we took a corner of his right foot and it was like, oh.
Yeah.
If a player's moving like that, and you can do that with both feet, the world's your oyster, bro. And I already fumbled a both-footed demon. I don't want to fumble another one.
Yeah.
Which is available to me for 20 million.
I hear it. It makes sense because he played against you as well.
We just saw it. Like,
yeah.
I got everything I wanted from that tie. Yeah. I got a Kobe Mainoo goal. I got 2 Shirky performances, and Man United went through.
Can we talk about Kobe Mainoo? Because I know that Garnacho's going. Or we know that Garnacho's going because of the reports that came out, and Ornsley just confirmed it. And so he's gone. Wherever he goes, that remains to be seen. Kobe Mainoo, 12 months ago, started a final of the FA Cup, was the best player on the pitch, and scored a goal.
And then
went to the Euros and played in the Euros final of England and looked like a good player, like a great player. Bro, 12 months later, he's coming off the bench in the 90th minute in the Europa League final in the season in which Man United finished 15th. Like, what is he thinking? And can he work in an Amarin system?
Yeah, I think he can because I think he's a good footballer. But one thing I will say about this Amarin system is that you need to be able to run. And don't get it twisted, I feel like Kobe hasn't had a rest because when he went to the Euros, don't get it twisted, I think he's fit now and like Amarin has brought him in slowly. But I think one, he needs to play with someone that can run better than him. Yeah. Because I don't think like running back he's the best at. But I feel like he can easily work in the midfielder. I think like we don't need to play him as like one of the left tens. Like he's good enough to play there because he's really good like in the box, in and around the box. But the guy should play in the midfield. If he plays with a 30 midfielder, I think we'll be fine. But unfortunately, he's not been playing with 30 midfielders. He's been playing with Ugarte and Casemiro or Bruno.
I just don't know, man. Do you still think he's generational? Because last year, we can't deny it. We were both saying generational.
Yeah.
Do you still think he's generational?
I don't want to take that away from him because it's been in a messed up situation. I feel like if he's in a good... I don't want to take it away from him just yet. But what I've seen this year sucks. Maybe it could be second year we've got film on you, or maybe it's not even second year because that was half a season, bro. Yeah, it was half a season he got into.
Yeah, I'm just.
Yeah, it was half a season in November.
Yeah, because he was injured in pre-season.
Yeah,
I'm just thinking like. I think he's generational, right? Because what I've seen is what I've seen. And I've seen it. I've seen the ability. Yeah. But again, it comes down to situational. Situational versus generational. Environment's everything. Environment's absolutely everything. Because like, do you know the conversation we're having about Lamine Yamal? It was different, right, with Ansu Fati. But Ansu Fati was that guy. But the situation of Barcelona was shit. And then he ends up obviously getting injured and his career's not the same. Whereas Lamine Yamal's come in at like a perfect time. I know he is that guy, so he makes it perfect time.
Word to Shador, perfect timing.
Perfect time. Why are you nodding, Zach? Your man's got work to do. He got work to do. Your boy's got work to do, bro. They shagged him. Now he's got to get out of the mud. We can talk about Shador.
We'll talk about Shador later. Do you want to know another thing why football was in the mud?
I'll go and tell me.
Who won the Golden Boot?
Mo Salah.
And how many Golden Boots is that?
4.
And who else had 4?
Thierry Henry.
What? So please, how are you going to convince people that Salah's not better than Henry? Because I've watched both, and no one's going to tell me that Salah's better than Henry. But there's no, what record does Henry have now that Salah hasn't broken?
Well, this is how football moves on, right? Because new generations tell the tales. New generations tell the story. So back in the day, I'm sure that Babe Ruth was the GOAT.
People don't know if Babe Ruth was black or not.
White, yeah, but stories move on, stories develop, stories are told. Like no one could have told my dad that Maradona wasn't the best player of all time, and then Messi comes about.
So that guy with growing pains or whatever.
Yeah, man. So like when the story and the narratives are told, if Salah goes and gets another one next season, and he has 3 Premier Leagues to Henry's 2, and he has like 5 Golden Boots, so like you cannot tell people from the new generation that will be in broadcast media and the presenters and the people who tell the narratives and stories, you can't tell them that Mo Salah wasn't better than Thierry Henry, because they'll be like, go and look at the record books. Like, what can we do about that? Can't do anything about it.
Because it happened.
Because it happened. And we saw it. And Mo Salah is cold. And they'll go and pull up the comps and be like, what, he scored against every big team? Like, he scored a worldie against every big team. In his catalogue, he has got at least 2 worldies against every team. Bro.
That's what them man were doing back then.
That's what they'll do. And so no one could tell a kid that who hasn't seen Henry play that Mo Salah wasn't better than Henry. And they'll be like, what, Henry didn't score in finals?
But we've watched both and we still think Henry's better.
He is better.
So this is the old head situation, which we're starting to get now because we're
there,
old
bro.
heads. Yeah, we're starting to get it because we've witnessed 2 different generations, I guess. So like the same way it happens in basketball, and you can become a bitter old head or you can be someone that just gets with the times. Do you feel like because you think football's getting worse, do you feel like you're going to end up being a bitter old head, or do you actually feel like you'll be?
Yeah, no one will be able to tell me nothing, right?
Yeah.
So like even for like Lamine Yamal,
Word to.
Nah,
I'm not going to say what kind of race the doctor was.
Bro, I was about to do it.
I know you're about to do it. I know you're about to do it.
So like, you can't tell me anything about Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal might go and get 10 Ballon d'Ors, and he might go and get a World Cup. Like, not 10 Ballon d'Ors, but Lamine Yamal might go and get more Ballon d'Ors than Messi. And he won't. It's impossible.
If Lamine Yamal gets more Ballon d'Ors than Messi, I think Lamine Yamal's better than Messi.
Nobody's better than that guy.
No. Hear me out. Whoa.
That guy.
Hypothetically, and this can't be true, but hypothetically.
Yeah.
Because we've already seen Lamine Yamal at the age of 16, 17.
Yeah.
This is better than Messi at 16, 17.
Oh, 100%.
So for him to get 10 Ballon d'Ors, if that's what you said, that criteria, he would have to be put in better seasons than these for 10 years straight. Yeah. If he does that for 10 years straight, and bear in mind he's been doing this from the age of like 16, so he does this from 16 to 26.
Yeah.
Who's going to tell him he's not the best footballer in the world?
Well, of all time.
Of all time.
Yeah, but then I can just still be there like, did you score 50 league goals in a season?
If he gets the Ballon d'Ors, he's probably going to, because to get a Ballon d'Or, it's going to have to be better than this season.
Getting a Ballon d'Or is going to be a lot easier because, like I say, football's...
No, but cool, he's got what? 20-something assists and how many? Like 15
Bro,
goals.
They want to give him the Ballon d'Or this year.
Yeah, but they're not going to give him the Ballon d'Or this
I know,
year.
but like in Messi and Ronaldo's era, bro, like Ronaldo scored like 70 goals and not get the Ballon d'Or.
So what I'm saying is that he's going to have to better this already crazy season in which he's had
Yeah. I think Messi's legacy is also enhanced by having Cristiano Ronaldo there. Like, for sure. Bro, we were just watching unadulterated greatness. It was crazy. It was like it was fake. It actually ruined the generation. It ruined the perception of what a good footballer is. Because like now, if you're a striker and it's like back in the day, 1 and 2 was the standard. Like in their era, if you're a striker, you're not getting close to 1 and 1. You're thinking, are you actually that good? Like, and made Lewandowski step up his level. Do you know what I mean? To get like 1 and 1, and Zlatan had some years like that. But like nobody can tell me that anybody who's better at football than Messi, because I saw it with my own 2 eyes. That guy was fake. And at the end of his career, as an old man, where he wasn't running, walking around the pitch at the World Cup in 2022, Tony, you were there. That nigga still was better than everybody, and it wasn't close. Assist here, putting Vardy on the blender there, like 2 goals in the World Cup final, and it wasn't even good Messi. It was Messi just walking about, old man, I'm done, I'm going to move to America next month. Like, bro, he is the greatest of all time, and we'll never see anything better, ever. Unless Lamine Yamal becomes
unless he wins 10 Ballon d'Ors, bro. This is what I'm saying. Because don't get twisted, I don't think Lamine Yamal will be a better footballer than Messi. But Lamine Yamal already has to do better than this season. So add the numbers to win a Ballon d'Or.
With the ball at his feet, is he better than Messi?
They're doing this. They're both doing crazy.
He can't do the same thing with the ball at his feet. With the ball at his feet, just raw ability. Bro, we saw the videos of Messi when he was free, and that shit looked fake.
I've seen a picture with Lamine Yamal when he was an embryo, blood, and Messi gave him the powers. He said, "Go do better."
Yeah, but Messi was fake. Messi was born to play football. Like Messi was born to play football.
If there's anyone that's more born to play football,
bro, what were these Spanish scouts doing in Argentina at that time? They're doing their due diligence to see if this alien was real, and they said, "Yeah, come here, we'll give you some whatever, and we'll get you going."
Yo, let Messi just bathe this child real quick. Him. Who did they sacrifice? Where's Puyol? I see him in a minute, black.
Yeah, man. After that crazy tweet of him and Casillas, was it him and Casillas? The tweet?
No, it was who did he call? He called someone Blackie.
No, he did. I can't bring up what.
Toure.
Yeah, but okay, yeah, but then he did
the Casillas thing
where they said they were together or something. Do you remember?
Yeah, I do.
But I think someone hacked them or something. Yeah. Like them two were in a relationship. Do you remember?
Yeah.
It was crazy. Yeah, bro, at TalkSport, I was producing. It was a crazy couple of hours trying to find out if this was real. Well, the captain of Barcelona, the captain of Spain are in a relationship together. Or captain of Real Madrid, they're in a relationship together.
I remember that.
Bro, it's crazy. All right, what else happened in football? Because we need to round up the season, right? So who's your player of the season?
It has to be Mo Salah. Even though he didn't do anything like pre-Ibiza, pre-DXB, pre-Ocean Beach. He didn't do anything for like
a minute.
I think since PSG. And that was in like February. He didn't do anything after that.
Nah.
So it's still going to have to be him because what he was doing before that was crazy. So,
29 goals and 18 assists.
Which is still, and to not do anything by February is insane, but you know, fair play.
I would also say that with the assist record, I reckon there's judging that record. I reckon there's somebody saying that you can't get past 20. Because like, bro, how many times have you seen people get to like the edge of it and then not get it and say, because this striker wasn't putting away.
Do you remember like an episode earlier, I was going to actually mention this, you were saying that Saka was going to do it.
Yeah, I'm going to do it, yeah. I did.
Because he got to 9 by like 4
but
games.
But there's judging that in that record.
Do you know what it is? It's not judge. It's just something you can't control by yourself.
But Salah was an 18 like 2 months ago.
Yeah, and
the last 2 months he can't get February.
Yeah, hasn't done anything since February, bro.
It's crazy. But yeah, Salah player season for me as well. Van Dijk will be up there. Van Dijk proved this year that he's the greatest Premier League centre back of all time to me. Like we were talking on the phone and we were talking about how, if they were to hyper-analyse the era of football that we kind of grew up in, where our teams were winning trophies all the time, and you look at the two best centre-backs of that era, John Terry, Rio Ferdinand, of course, the two of the greatest centre-backs the Premier League's ever seen. But if you were to hyper-analyse it, like we analyse the game today, bro, there'll be comps of John Terry not tracking back or losing his man. There'll be comps of Rio Ferdinand.
Great Chucky.
Come on, bro. Like, come on.
Hey, after that bloody Manchester derby, it would have been, bro, with the Craig Bellamy thing.
Come on. So I think Van Dijk, to be in this era where we're hyper-analysing players, and for us to all universally recognise that he's just clearly better than everybody else, and it's not even close. And I attest he could do everything that John Terry and Rio Ferdinand could do on the ball. I think this is the season that I gave it to Van Dijk as the greatest Premier League centre-back of all time.
He just needs to win a few more for me.
Two's fine. Two's fine.
Yeah, because Henry's on 2. Yeah, but I don't know, man.
Multiple's fine. Two's fine. Because and you think about who... Rio's playing next to Vidic. John Terry's playing next to Carvalho.
But Rio was better than Vidic.
Yeah, cool. But Vidic was still one of the best centre-backs in the league. Like, name me a centre-back that Van Dijk's played next to that we're like, yeah, he's sick.
I think Konate is all right.
Konate get into any team over Vidic?
No.
Would he get into any team over Carvalho? No. He's not even on that level. Like,
no,
he's dragging Lovren with him. He's dragging Konate.
Lovren was a hooper.
He's dragging Joe Gomez with him. He's dragging Joel Matip with him, and he's winning the trophies and he's looking sick. Come on, man. Like, if you put Van Dijk in those Man United teams and those Chelsea teams, and the team's better, we'd never concede. We'd never concede the goal. That season, that 04-05, we wouldn't have conceded one goal. I'm telling you. I'm telling you for a fact. Not one single goal. He was the joke. What else? What other awards do you want to give? Best newcomer? Is there any? I don't even care about that.
No, there's no rookies that move me.
No rookies. No rookies.
There's no rookies.
And let's look ahead really quickly before we move on. Let's look ahead for like Man United next season, because this year finished 15th. I obviously went on my rant about Chelsea.
Yeah.
But like, what's your thoughts, bro? Like, I said look ahead, but let's live in the now. Like you man,
look ahead, quick.
You man lost the Europa League final.
Mm-hmm.
You man finished 15th.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you do going forward, and how do you feel about the season in terms of ranking it ranking it in terms of Man United seasons, but I've said there's no conversation. Right?
There's no conversation. It's the worst. It's the worst season for majority of fans, and not just like young fans, young, old, even people the only people that were there when we got relegated.
Yeah.
Other than that, this is the worst season we've ever had.
And do you have faith in Amorim?
I have faith in Ruben Amorim as a manager, yeah.
So normally the second international break comes after 6 games. Say you've lost 4 out of 6 going to the second international break.
He can go, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
So the leash is pretty short.
Yeah, the leash is pretty short.
What's the level in terms of the amount of games that you're going to give him? I said 6.
Like 6, because it's going to be like what Ineos are probably going to do this summer. They're going to be brave and they're going to trust him, and they're going to get rid of. We're getting rid of a lot of players anyway, let alone the players he wants to get rid of currently playing. So it's going to be a new squad. So it's going to be on him. There's not going to be he needs to get his players. These are going to be his players. So we now just have to be like, all right, boom. 4 games. If you don't show me, this is once a week, bro. That's 6 weeks. 6 games that's a month and a bit, bro.
Yeah.
If you can't show me something in a month and a bit and win football matches, you will be gone.
Fair enough. It's a tough one.
It's a tough one, but it is what it is. But with Cunha's good, all right. He can average 15 goals in a bloody Wolves team. So let's see what he can do with Man United, innit?
And then bring in what other positions?
It's going to be a lot now because people like
goalkeeper.
Garnacho, yeah, well, Onana's looking like he's going to go to Saudi. Bruno might go to Saudi. Garnacho's going. Rashford, Anthony, Sancho, Eriksen, Casemiro probably. Højlund. Like, yeah, we're going to have to replace, bro.
I think Casemiro stay. I think you should keep Casemiro. What value are you going to get from him? Like, you can't just say Saudi. He said he's going to see out his contract.
Yeah, he said he wants to. Doesn't mean he has to.
He wants to.
But I don't even listen.
What do you lose? How much money do you get from selling Casemiro to Saudi?
That's not the point. But I even think no. But I even think Ineos will, because Casemiro is our highest earner. Yeah. Other than Bruno's new contract, if our highest earner's not playing, Ineos won't even want that. Yeah. They're cutting jobs. They can't have their highest earner not playing. Yeah. That's why I like people like Rashford and going and other reasons. But
do you still have faith in Ineos?
Yeah, I do, because a lot of things are changing. Our new training ground will be done soon. Like right now, we're flying off to Kuala Lumpur.
Post-season.
Yeah, bro. This is okay. So cool for Man United. This is our new reality. This is the first time we've ever done a post-season. Yeah. I've only seen Tottenham and Newcastle do it a couple of times because them niggas need bread. But now we're one of them niggas, bro. I hate to see it, my nigga, but we need bread. So that's why we've done it, and we have more of a global pool than anyone. Let's be real. So that's why
season friendly.
No, but cool. It's terrible, but this is our new reality. We finished 15th. This is what you get. You don't get to rest. Go and because of Kuala Lumpur and do what you need to do, bro. So we're doing that. We've invited some of the youngsters, and actually good list of youngsters. Like out of all of, like, you know, I said Le Carrington will save us. It's a good list of youngsters that will feel like, oh, you could add something if you do well on a pre-season tour. Because like Carrington needs to save us as well. Not only because remember we're trying to build a stadium. We've given the plans. We put it on TalkSport. We put it on Sky Sports News. Everyone's trying to see the Butlins we're trying to build, and who's going to pay for that. We still haven't decided who's going to pay for that. So don't even though we're going to spend a lot of money, it's not going to. We're still going to be shrewd. Yeah, if that makes sense. We're gonna sell. We're gonna sell a lot. A lot of people are going to go, and we could easily. We made over 100 million in sales last season, and the only 2 people we really sold that you can remember is McMuffin and Mason Greenwood. Yeah, but now there's going to be bigger names than that going, so we can make. Garnacho is more than half. We'll probably sell Garnacho, and that's more than half of the 100 mil done.
Nah, 40
if that, but 40 pure profit on a balance sheet is not 40 mil. Yeah, it's more than that. So we're gonna have a lot of money to spend, whether we just do it correctly or not. It seems like they want to go Premier League proven. Yeah, and so if they go Premier League proven, you expect Man United to be back up there if they're playing 1 game a week.
You should be.
So
based on that 1 game a week, so you bring in Cunha, you bring in Mbuemo, so you go that route.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
You take it.
I'll take it,
bro.
Who am I to say no? I've been watching niggas that have been 15th.
Bremo's cold.
And Bremo's cold.
He's cold.
Don't get it twisted.
Bro, he can play football as well.
Yeah, he can.
Bro, he's good.
And he's African. Like, it's good for us. And he's only 25. He don't look 25. But he's only 25.
He's good, man. Like, he's a legit baller.
2 25-year-olds who are doing it in the Premier League, who can do it for Man United in the Premier League. It makes sense.
They could get a little
Yeah, bro, it could be.
Yeah,
Brother, I was thinking about it today, bro. It could be little Mane Salah thing. I know what I'm getting.
Yeah, know what I'm getting.
I know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
We knew what Salah was doing and thinking, and he just done it. And because it was in Liverpool, it exploded. Yeah. If there's one place you can explode, it's at Man United.
Okay,
bro.
cool. This is my thing with it, yeah? Say you get both of them, 2 Prem proven, one of them's definitely going to work. One of them might not, but one of them's definitely going to work.
They should both work.
So they should both work. They should both work because we've seen it in the Prem. So, like, there's no reason why he's going to get worse playing in a team that's actually going to be better. They should both work, right? So,
that's the quickest way to get better.
I like them when I like Cunha. I think they're good signings. It's behind that, right? I don't know how you get the balance right in the midfield. I don't know how you deal with Bruno going, Bruno staying. I don't know where you put Kobe.
Well, I think to get because Bruno should play the 10s, Bruno shouldn't play centre mid. And if we're gonna try and replace Bruno's goals and assists and the thing he does best, the GA, you do that by getting people like Cunha and what's it called, and then Mbeumo. So you play those as 2 10s. Even as I said, I want Shirky, and I will still say that I want Shirky. But if I get them, man, like.
I think it'll be good.
Bruno can go for 100 mil. That's another 100 mil we get to spend. Do you know what I mean?
You got Lenny. Got Lenny Oro, who's a good player.
Got Mainu, who's a good player. We've got
the main one. I'm just struggling.
Ahmad as well. Like
Ahmad's a good player. Where do you play Ahmad? Right wing back.
Right wing back.
So Ahmad right wing back. Okay, let's build this out. So new goalkeeper. Back 3 of Euro,
maybe a centre back,
and Martinez.
Okay. Or Delete. I don't mind Delete centre back, but some people do.
Yeah.
That's
okay. So Martinez and Euro, I can put.
Or even Aiden Heaven, bro. Every time that nigga plays football, he's good.
I know.
It's quite like he's just coming and looks calm.
I don't think you could have like Aiden Heaven and Euro and then somebody else. I think like.
No,
Heaven's rotational.
See, I would like Heaven rotational, but every time he's played professional football so far, he's looked
and that's
good.
Perfect. Great rotation.
Perfect. It's great rotation.
Great rotation.
Yeah, so Martinez and
don't
Heaven,
start him because you just fuck him. Yeah. You know what I mean? You'll fuck him.
There you go. Well, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? Like you've already kind of done that. Like Garnacho played way too much football.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So okay, so that's not bad. So you get a goalkeeper. What goalkeeper do you want?
I was gonna say that Joan Garcia, but apparently he's going Barca. Give me that Japanese nigga, bro.
Okay.
Ryan Suzuki.
You want him?
Yeah, why not?
He's good?
Yeah, I think so.
I ain't seen nothing. Alright, so Suzuki.
He's just like 6'4" and black. Probably watches anime too.
Loser. So here we go. And then you have Martinez, you have Euro and somebody else. I don't mind.
Jared Branthwaite, centre back.
Okay, Jared Branthwaite. So Euro.
Yeah, that's a Maguire thing, isn't it?
Yeah. So Euro, Branthwaite, and Martinez. That's okay. Cool. Wing backs.
Ahmad and Dorgu.
It's centre midfield then, bro.
It's centre midfield. It's Kobe and someone else.
Because like
Kobe and someone big and black.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like the profile's so difficult to work out of Amram because he don't really want to play through the midfield. Like I don't know what he wants to do through the midfield. I can't really work him out. When I watch him play, that's the one thing I can't work out.
The midfield in the Sporting, how it works, it was one roaming 8.
Yeah.
Which was that Pedro Gonçalves brother.
Yeah.
And then it changed to more in Humland.
Yeah.
And then the other brother. So you had one ball winner, which was supposed to be Ugarte, but only Ugarte. And then you've got like a roaming 8 that can play the ball. But the thing is with Kobe is that we don't know how good his passing is because when he gets on the ball, he likes to receive the ball and dribble. So if he can do that like from the centre backs, this thing, okay, cool. So no. So let me. I know how this is. I know how this is supposed to work, and the only person that kind of clocks it is Yeleni Euro. So the right centre backs and the left centre backs in this formation are supposed to be really attacking.
Yeah.
So they're supposed to be like being able to dribble, so that when they're dribbling into space, where like really like into midfield space, basically, where like a normal midfielder will receive the ball, one midfielder will be there to receive the ball, the other will be quite advanced. So that's why it's kind of like a 3-1-6. So that midfielder in that situation will be Kobe because he could be able to receive the ball in the half turn, do what he does best, dribble through niggas, make the right pass, or score. So once we get Lisandro Martinez back, that'll be good because he can still pass, but we still don't know. He's getting injury prone now, which is annoying. But Lenny Euro as well. So we just need a midfielder that can is really good at Kobe's deficiencies in midfield, which is right now running back in transition. Yeah. And if he could pass as well, that'd be great because who doesn't like passes in the midfield? So the right profile player who we've seen is Sekou Kone. However, because the way he plays, he just wants to always advance the ball, which is good. I like that in a player. Like every time they can know how to pass it sideways, but more time they're looking to pass through the lines, which is good. But I don't know what he's like running. He's African, so I know he can run, but I don't know what he's like going to be running in the Premier League yet. So we need to. He's been training with the first team for a while, and he's travelled to Kuala Lumpur, so we might see him. But I'm not sure if that's the answer in men's professional football. That's the answer in my head, but I don't know if that's the answer in men's professional football yet.
It's tough. That's why I look at.
But we still need to make. We still need to sign 2 midfielders regardless, because like 2 midfielders are going anyway.
But that's where like everything may not make sense.
And now I don't know what we're going to do striker wise if the lap goes to you lot.
You can always go and find like a defender to go in back three. I think that's the easiest kind of job.
I'm going to have to watch a Buemo comps when I get home. Let me text Natalie Sawyer.
And if you get in Buemo and you get Cunha, which you are doing, like I like that. But midfield, bro, like I don't know what he wants to do. I think we ain't seen it.
We're going to find out. We definitely haven't seen it yet.
And in the Premier League, you know that you've got to have a good midfield.
Yeah, you got to.
So let's see that.
Because that midfield is going to go up against a lot of midfields that are going to have three people in it.
3 people.
So they either need to be really like metronomic and good at football and like not dwelling on the ball too much, or they need to be able to run. Yeah. Everyone needs to be able to run. That's the first thing he said. He said, "You man can't run."
With your team, where do you think you finish next season?
If we're looking like Cunha and Mbeumo and stuff like that, and we're trying to move like that, and we do that all throughout the squad, we should be looking at top 4. No, but we should be. I'm not saying we are going to, but if we revamp our team with that type of thinking and that type of caliber players, and we're playing 1 game a week, and we're Man United, we have no choice to get back into the Champions League. That's his objective.
If you get Europa League, it'll be a good season.
I don't think it would be. No, it'll be much progress because we're 15.
It'll be a good season.
No, but not for Man United,
bro. If you finish 6th, if you finish 6th, and you get Europa League.
I guarantee you. Yeah, if Amorim finishes 6th next season and he's still in the job by then, I guarantee you he'll be saying this is progress, but this is not where we need to be. And I guarantee you he'll be saying my job here is to come. Was supposed to win the Premier League and be in the Champions League.
Bro,
and listen, yeah, and of course
you're gonna say that. He's never gonna say Man United finishing 6th is good, but he'll just say that it's progress.
And then
a good position,
and then he will have 6 months on his deal.
Yeah,
because he signed a 2.5. He'll have 6 months on his deal, and the whole narrative will be is Amorim staying. And by 6th and thingy, and probably I'm in a much better squad, they might give that to someone else.
Well, drop somebody else if he finishes 6th. No way.
So they have to renew his contract, and he's finished 15th.
Yeah, 6th. Bro. If he finishes 6th next season, they'll renew his contract.
I don't think they'll renew his contract.
Yeah, they will, bro. If you finish 6th and you're seeing good football and you're seeing it, yeah, they will. Like Klopp in his first full season finished like 6th.
That's Klopp, bro.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest managers the Premier League's ever seen.
He's won 1 Premier League.
Yeah, cool, but he's one of the greatest managers the Premier League's ever seen. Come on.
Is he in top 5 Premier League managers?
Come on, yeah.
Why? If he's only won 1, I think is there more people that have won?
Because whilst you saw the teams.
I saw the teams.
You saw the team. You said you saw.
Yeah, but was that the players?
We don't have to pretend that he's not. Like, yeah, he won 1, but we saw.
I saw the teams.
We saw the team. We saw what he created from what he took over to what.
Yeah, and he won 1. He won 1.
Bro, he won 1. Also won the Champions League whilst he was here.
That has nothing to do with the Premier League.
Okay, bro, top 5 Premier League managers of all time right now.
Yeah, no, you know what? It's sad to see my guy go, bro. And they got. I was gonna say they got my nigga Gary right here, my nigga.
Yeah.
No, obviously Gary Lineker said farewell to Match of the Day.
26 years, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like deep it. It's that's what I said. Football's changing because all I've known is Gary Lineker in Match of the Day, and as I said, now football's changing, the game's changing, things around it are changing, the goalposts are changing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's sad to see Gary Lineker go, but obviously he's gone early due to reasons said on a social media post.
Yeah.
But
it's sad. It's sad. Do you know what? Like, with Gary Lineker, it's just such an institution, right? It's like you turn on Match of the Day on Saturday, you see him sitting
Gary
there,
Lineker, bro.
and I think Match of the Day is still one of the only shows. Obviously, people watch it at different times. People watch it on iPlayer the day after. It was one of the only shows that like everyone kind of watches at the same time. It's like if it's on, if you're at home and it's on, you put it on, and it's just like it will be sad to see him go. Obviously, they're not replacing him with just one person. There's 3 people coming in to share the seat. But like, yeah, an institution, bro, and you kind of forget that he's a footballer because he's such a good broadcaster, and that's what's underrated. He is a sick broadcaster. Like, and you forget that he's a footballer. Not just sick broadcaster for footballers. Like, in terms of broadcasters in general, on TV, he's one of the best in the game. Like, he's so good at what he does. Like, I never thought, bro, until I started reading.
What was better, his footballing career or his broadcasting career?
Good question. His footballing career.
His footballing career.
Golden Boot at World Cup.
Golden Boot at World Cup. He played for Barcelona.
Bro, he scored a hat trick on his. Bro, he scored a hat trick in his El Clasico debut for Barcelona. Like, he's in
the 80s, bro. Like, he was an English brother doing that. Yeah, bro. Gary Lineker was a crazy footballer.
Yeah, he was a sick goal scorer.
He can talk.
Yeah, and bro, you can chat to man.
So he could chat to man, and that's why they gave him it, and he just blossomed into this crazy broadcaster. Not crazy as in like crazy good.
But I think a lot more people know him from a lot more people now know him for broadcasting than.
You got a charm about him as well, doesn't he?
Huh?
He's got a charm about him as well.
Got a charm about him. Yeah, I mean,
I saw it at Baller League. I was like, you got like.
Yeah, bro, he's Gary Lineker.
Yeah,
like,
do you know what I mean?
But the thing with him as well is that you can ask the question, what's he better at, football, broadcasting, or business? Because his Goal Hanger company, podcasting company, like if you listen to politics podcast, the rest of politics is probably the biggest politics podcast. His company he owns that basically. So like the rest is football, the rest is politics, all those. That's his media company. So he's a guy that excels in everything that he does. But a Match of the Day won't be the same without him. I just think will people tune in to watch Match of the Day? Yeah, you will.
Yeah, you still will because you didn't just watch Match of the Day to watch Gary Lineker's face, but it was nice to see him. It's nice to see familiarity.
Yeah, but then, bro, like, how many people watch Gillette Soccer Saturday anymore? Well, since they got rid of them four, it like sometimes things change. Watching habits change as well.
Everybody's changing, blood. Word to them niggas keen.
Like you rather. I don't know.
Everybody's changing and I just feel. Yeah, it was keen.
Yeah.
So you know we went to white schools, bro.
Yeah, bro. Essex. So yeah. I was gonna say RFP Gary Lineker, but like, no. Goodbye, Gary Lineker.
The nigga didn't die. He
didn't die. It feels like it though.
The BBC just X'd him, innit?
X'd him for reasons that we know why. Bro, like I know that United were the best team. United put out the best performance of the season in the most inconsequential game of the season against Aston Villa. But Aston Villa down to 10 men after Emi Martinez done a craziness. Scored a legitimate goal. They scored a goal. Like the referee blew his whistle too quickly. Bayindir clearly didn't have hold of the ball. Morgan Rogers puts the ball into an empty net after the challenge of Bayindir. But the referee blows his whistle before the ball goes to the back of the net and they chalk off the goal and effectively cost Aston Villa £100 million. Like, because I think that if Aston Villa have 10 men, 1-0 up at Old Trafford, I believe they've got the ability to hold on to it and at least get out there with a draw. At least get out there with a draw.
Yeah, 100%. And one, I don't disagree with you. But I will say Aston Villa with 11 men
were terrible. They were terrible. They were terrible.
They were terrible that game. Aston Villa, I don't know what it is. Like, even Aston Villa have been a much better team than us for.
Bro, their record at Old Trafford is terrible.
Bro, their record since they've been good is terrible. Like, that they were the first team to let Højlund score.
Yeah, after being 2-0 up.
We beat them. We done a double over them last season. They didn't beat us this season when Ten Hag was stinking it out. It was 0-0 and we should have won that game.
Yeah.
Like, Aston Villa just can't seem to beat us, bro.
Yeah. They've got I was sitting there watching the game with Dan Bardell at TalkSport and he was just like, I was like, nah, you beat United. He's like, nah, man. Old Trafford, like, we just don't win there.
At least some people still don't.
And
everyone else has.
But in terms of VAR, bro, I've said it so many times. I look down the barrel of that camera. Get rid of VAR. Get rid of it. It don't work. Football's not black or white. It exists in the grey area. And me and you can look at a clip 20, 30 times and you could have your opinion and I can have my opinion. VAR has been introduced and now people expect perfection. We ain't ever going to get perfection, even if they use VAR perfectly, because people have different opinions when they're watching stuff and football's so fast and things happen. And like you say, Tony, sometimes you just got to charge it. Sometimes if it goes against you, back in the day, 09-10 season, Drogba's a mile offside. You just have to charge it. You're frustrated. You're annoyed.
You go again the next year,
Go again the next year.
Aston Villa, you'll go again,
unfortunately, like, football's too fast paced. It's too imperfect, bro. The way they decide at the time, the referee says, "I'll give you 5 minutes."
Well, alright, cool,
bro.
cool.
When a team is on attack, do you know, like in basketball, every second counts. In football, it could be 8 minutes up, but if you're on attack, the ref's like, "Nah, go finish off the attack."
Ref, how long? 5. You said what? 5? No, you said that.
Bro, football is so fast paced.
How did they used to do? What's it called? How did they used to do at a time, like, back then? Did they just count it?
What do you mean?
Like referees
before watching.
Brother, yeah, before watching. No,
Yeah.
even though they had watching, they'll just.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, I just give you that 2 minutes, man. No,
That's literally it, bro. If a team was
bro, back in the day, it used to be 3 minutes.
3 minutes, if you got 4 minutes, like, yes, come on, we've got a chance. Now we've got 4 minutes. It's like, where's the rest of the time, bro?
Brother, that's so crazy.
Remember back in there when they put up 4, you'd be like, come on, we've got a chance,
bro. If they put up 4 minutes, you could do anything in 4
Bro,
minutes.
4 minutes
I think
now-
because United did it in 3.
bro. 4 minutes now, it's like
4 minutes. If I get 4 minutes, I'm thinking, ref, what's going on? Did you just see?
Yeah, bro.
That's so crazy.
Football's changed.
Because it's since that World Cup, bro.
Since the World Cup,
Since
bro,
that World
like,
Cup, and you had 10, 11, it just added another element to it.
Yeah, bro, like,
they're making these niggas work more. But fair
they
enough.
are in the Chelsea game, bro. Like there was a few stoppages. I saw 8 minutes on the board. I said, where's that come from? Like,
Bro,
football's
if
different.
8 minutes back in the day, 20
It's
years ago,
crazy.
someone would have had to die on the pitch. Someone would have to die on the pitch,
bro. To get 8 minutes.
Someone would have to die on the pitch. I promise you. I promise. Well, no. even if someone died on the pitch, what's my man? How would I? What 5?
Five,
Everyone happy with 5. I don't think it died, but we got to wrap up, lad. Everyone happy with 5,
We've got
man.
commercials coming.
You know what I mean, bro?
Right now, they don't care. They will play until they die. They'll play
That's
until
so
your
crazy,
knee
bro.
falls off the bone. They want the niggas to play and run. And
This is why they're complaining, lad.
that's why they're complaining.
That's why they need Chris Paul to make a association.
And bro, we had the game was better for it when the referee. And bro, if you were maybe 3-0 up, both teams will agree refs should add 2 and keep and blow the whistle. If you were 3-0 up, the referee would never add more than 3 minutes, even if it's been a crazy stoppage. But now it's like they're adding on crazy time.
bro. In the Europa League final, we got 8 minutes at a time for what?
For what?
For what?
For entertainment, bro.
For entertainment, bro.
It's for entertainment.
And it wasn't really entertaining because United were rubbish.
Yeah,
but
bro, if a team's 1-0 down, and the game's a high leverage game, say Champions League final, a team's 1-0 down, even though there's been no stoppages, the referee there's somebody in his ear being like, yo, we need more of this. Like 8 minutes.
8 minutes,
9
bro.
minutes. They in football they never push the button, right? At the time they push the button. There's some interference. If the game's good, we'll add on more time.
Add on some more time.
No. Which I don't hate. But in terms of VAR, don't clear up the game, bro. Because right now you've got Villa fans who are absolutely fuming, saying,
bro, you've got Chef U fans that are fuming because remember VAR is not in the
exactly,
EFL, bro.
And now you've got like that goal that got ruled out that they said the player was in front of the goalkeeper. I don't know if he was.
Brother, VAR is not used in the
whole of the
championship except for one game.
I don't like it, bro. And in championship, they're not begging for VAR. They're like, we just charge it. We play 46 league games. We charge it. We'll come back next week. We'll come back on Tuesday. We'll be all right.
Yeah.
Like, I just think VAR is ruining football. And it's making us talk about technology, bro. The referees aren't good enough. So giving the referees technology, they're going to be worse. They don't know how to referee the game by themselves, let alone using technology that they're not really trained to use. And I don't know. I just think get rid of it. And I feel sorry for Villa, but man, it's the game.
It is what it is, niggers.
Should we talk about a sport that does use technology really well? Basketball. We are in the conference finals, and we have got series. There was a worry after the first 2 games in the West when OKC went 2-0 up. We thought this might be a rout. In the East, when the Pacers went 2-0 up on the road, we thought, okay, let's watch it. But we saw Minnesota get a game back. We saw the Knicks get a game back yesterday.
Houston, we have a series, bro.
Houston, we have a series. We do have a series. And if Minnesota managed to get game 4 and the Knicks managed to get game 4, then they're going 7. They are going 7.
I did say 6 or 7. Man.
You did 6. I said 5 or 6. But I didn't think the Knicks will lose both their games. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the Knicks, blood.
Yeah,
it's the Knicks.
So how do you think? What's your assessment of the series been so far? What's your thoughts on Tyrese Halliburton? I know we've talked about him before, but he's one of them guys now, no?
Yeah, he is that guy. I think the choke celebration,
iconic.
Reggie Miller looking at him like Palpatine, like it was pure basketball.
Bro, you got Shaq saying free his dad. Do you know what I mean? He's now one of those guys. He's in the discourse.
Yeah,
he's in the discourse.
Yeah, that's gonna be looked at in 30 for 30s when they decide to do this one day to talk about the 2024 5 Pacers.
Yeah, bro. If they win the chip, he's there. He's front and
center. They don't have to win a chip. Reggie Miller didn't win a chip. That's a moment.
Halliburton has to win a chip.
No, why? Reggie Miller didn't win a chip.
I think the Pacers have got a great chance to win the chip this year.
I think
they've got a really good chance.
So do I. But I'm saying, I'm saying Halliburton's moment doesn't have to
have a chip with it.
Yeah.
Depends on what he does.
That's a moment with Reggie Miller in the building.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a moment for Pacers, bro. And Freddie Gibbs and them, man.
Yeah.
Has Halliburton surpassed Paul George?
No, what the hell? Paul George
at the Pacers.
at the Pacers.
Yeah.
No, Paul George at the
If
Pacers.
you say no,
How many?
you might have to win the chip.
No.
KWEKU'S right.
Tyrese Halliburton, has he passed Paul George?
No, he hasn't, because Paul George made multiple conference finals.
And this is the second conference finals for Halliburton.
Yeah, I know, but Paul George was like considered one of the best players in the league
Dude.
at the time.
Yeah, Paul George in the
There's niggas that
in
grew
the
up saying that
13-14 season, Paul George was that guy, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I remember on 2K.
Post Fergie, Paul
2K,
George, bro.
who was on this flipping team? Tall nigga.
David, what's his face?
Yeah, David West. And then you had George Hill at the point, and then you had Lance Stevenson, and you had somebody else, bro. What's his name?
Roy Hibbert.
You had Roy Hibbert, bro. That was a team, bro.
Yeah,
that was and
the man
Paul George was sick.
the man used to run through the East except for LeBron.
Yeah, but it's LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
How many Eastern Conference Finals did Paul George get to with the Pacers? Because I think you're right. If he gets to the finals, I think if Halliburton gets to the finals after this run in the playoffs, yeah, he's a great at Pacers. Paul
Yeah,
George,
if he gets it.
yeah, bro. That's who you expect him to get to the finals. Bro, come on, man.
I don't think that's a metric yet.
Has Paul George got a more iconic moment than that in the Pacers jersey than Halliburton? No, he hasn't.
No, because Reggie Miller was there, and it felt like Reggie Miller was giving him the keys.
It was Indiana heritage. It was,
yeah.
And then his
Michael Jackson watched it.
Paul George has 3 appearances.
Michael Jackson watched it. It's insane.
Paul George has 3 appearances in the conference final.
Yeah.
Oh, that's his career.
That's his career.
But 2 was with the Pacers.
2 probably, or 1 with the Pacers maybe.
No, I mean, he went back to back, because I remember watching Game of Zones, and you remember where they done the. Do you know when with the phrase when she killed the phrase, right?
Yeah.
They done that scene with the East and LeBron and them managers every year, it being the same people thinking they've got a chance at the East, and LeBron
Paul George has
done it twice. Yeah, he done it twice.
Okay, well Halliburton's done it twice now. He's got a more iconic moment.
Yeah,
and
Does that not feel right?
it doesn't feel right
not-
because
it doesn't
Paul
feel
George
right
was
to
a better player at the time in the
but-
scope of the NBA compared to Tyrese Halliburton. But Tyrese Halliburton,
Was he?
Yes, because Paul George was a top 5 player at the time, and no one's saying Tyrese Halliburton's a top 5 player now. I'm not saying he can't be, not saying he won't be, but
Yeah,
during
top 5
during that time, no,
Paul George top 5 player in that time.
no, yes, during 2030, yes, he was, bro.
wasn't.
Yeah, in that era, yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
Was he
bro.
better than Melo?
Yeah, no,
No.
okay, no, all right, no.
He wasn't better than Melo.
No.
wasn't better than Melo.
Okay, so what we're talking like 2013, 14, 15.
2013 time.
Brother, Paul George was top 5 or top 10?
Top 10, not top 5.
No, okay, top 5 back then. I'll say LeBron,
Because he weren't better than...
KD, Melo.
Yes.
Kobe.
Nah,
No, not 2013.
not 2013.
Top
what was-
5, no.
Top 5, Kobe in 2013.
No.
I can't bring myself to agree.
Kobe sounds are so funny, man. They're so like almost like
I was gonna say
I
something.
like
I
getting
was,
niggas tattooed, bro. Like,
I was gonna say something crazy.
yeah, don't. So LeBron in that era, LeBron, I'd have Melo.
I would have Paul George, bro. Paul George was such a. There's players, yeah.
was
Have you
so
seen?
talented.
Have you seen? Okay, I couldn't tell you which young nigga, yeah. But have you seen them young niggas that are growing up playing basketball now? And a lot of them will say like, "Who's your favorite player growing up?" And a lot of them will say Paul George,
course,
bro.
bro.
Paul George's prime was crazy because he done it both ways, bro. Do you remember many times where he was just pulling up like Curry, bro? Do you remember?
But I'll put Paul George on the same level where Ant is right now, right? Yeah, that's where he would have been. Ant's not a top 5 player in the league, but he's so impactful, and he's that nigga that people love. Yeah, bro, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It don't feel right, but it's the same thing. Conference finals, probably going to go out of the conference finals. Like you're an exciting dunker, that young nigga that people looking up to, bro. If Ant has a Paul George career, people grow up and say Ant was my guy. Do you know what I mean? Because he is that kind of guy. It's the same trajectory at this age. Same thing.
Anthony Davis
that?
follow through. That guy was playing
Who?
with the Team USA.
Who?
AD.
Yeah.
He didn't even blossom like we thought.
Yeah.
Well, AD, but he won a chip.
He won a
And he was
chip.
the best player on the team. I know they gave LeBron the MVP. AD was
Did he win the chip?
2020.
bubble. And he was the best player in the bubble. He was. He was fucking cold.
Yeah, he
And
was.
they gave LeBron the MVP because it's LeBron.
Yeah,
but-
nigga, damn.
No,
Yeah, it was a nigga damn chip because.
he won a chip. What are you talking about?
Oh,
He won a chip and he's like one of the best.
bubble.
But the bubble was the highest level of basketball.
So is LeBron on 3 chips then?
He's on 4.
Yeah,
so.
exactly, because the bubble counts. Like I like to bring it in when I want to do the Jordan LeBron debate, but like it's a chip. You can't take
Yeah,
away.
you can't take away that.
Can't take away the chip.
No, I do. The Paul George thing is interesting because I do remember that era of basketball and like
He was
watching.
the guy. He was the Paul George was the guy.
No, but Paul George was a top five. I don't know.
Top five. He wasn't top five.
This is a good question. He was insane, bro.
He was sick. But I think even if he went on to 2K and looked at the ratings, he
Yes.
wouldn't be in
Okay.
the top
Cool.
five.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yes.
do that. Yeah, do that. Do that.
This will help us. This will help
Yeah,
us.
dude, go to
Give me
2K rating.
2K14.
2K14.
Yeah.
Yeah, 14. 2K14.
NBA 2K14 top players. Guarantee you.
I got it.
You got it.
Oh shit, Kobe's in top 5.
Legacy.
Shut up, man. All right, cool. LeBron 1,
Yeah.
KD 2,
Yeah.
Chris Paul 3,
Yeah.
Kobe 4,
Yeah.
Melo, same with Kobe,
Yeah.
Derrick Rose,
Yeah. Yeah.
Dwayne Wade, Russell Westbrook,
yeah.
Dwight Howard.
Yeah. He ain't there yet. Like he was. Where is he?
83.
Paul George was 83.
Yeah, man.
He was 37. No, okay, wait.
Go to
No, okay, 2K16. Which one was he on the cover on?
Okay, 16 is different. It's later.
Which one was he on the cover on? 2K17?
I don't know, but when I'm talking about when he was getting to conference finals, that was at 2K14.
17.
17.
Yeah, but he wasn't getting to conference finals. 17. Is he even at Pace is still at 17?
Yeah, he's 89 though.
Yeah, that's 17. That's not when he was getting conference finals. That was a different conversation.
God, is there ever a 2K that he was a top 10?
Nah, man, because he was never a top 5 player in the league ever. He was so excited. He was sick.
Yeah, 2K15 top 5. He joined with Kobe and Kevin Love
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll give you
at 89.
But okay, you can have that one.
Chris Paul's been in the top 10.
But like, bro,
Yeah, because Chris Paul was
bro,
the best point guard in the league for years.
Yeah, like Paul George was good, but I think we're adding some juice on it.
Damn.
We're adding some,
Right.
But it's just that, bro. I love. He was my favorite player, like one of my favorite players. He was sick.
You got
But
I remember so well. Like, how
I'm old.
Nah,
I'm old.
Nah,
I'm
but
uni.
the thing, I remember too, but like I was watching basketball there, but at the time it felt
bro,
it.
like, bro, right now it feels like Ad's a top 5 player. But if you actually
But because I've seen
something
something like this before.
who's the top 5 players right now?
Giannis, Jokic,
Shea.
Shea, yeah, he's on the MVP.
Giannis, Jokic, Shea.
Jason Tatum,
Yeah.
and
No, Luke. You can't put him above Luca. Like Luca got to the finals last year.
yeah, Luka, I guess.
Luca and Steph's better than that.
Steph's better than them still.
So like, but to these young niggas, yeah, they will feel like we felt that Ant is a top 5 player. They'll feel it, but if you were to go back and look at it, you bet he's not.
Yeah, true. It's crazy, isn't it?
Bro, life is crazy. I miss those days. Bro, Paul George and Pacers was so.
We're starting to get old, bro. I think what this episode has told me is that like
we're old, man.
like
we're old.
everybody's changing, man.
You don't know how good Paul George was.
Yeah.
Bro, that's gonna be
Yeah.
like, you don't know how good 2030.
Adnan Januzaj, blood. I was there. I was
You don't know how
there.
good these players are, bro. We're getting old.
Has Garnacho ever been?
Has Garnacho ever been better than Januzaj?
Yeah, bro.
That's a good question.
I mean, bro, I don't know. Sunderland were in the Premier League later than
That's a good question.
2015.
Belgian international, yeah.
Play for Sociedad.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot of... Let's talk about Garnacho real quick and then we can wrap up.
Yeah, go on.
Upside.
Bro, upside is that, listen, he's still only 20 years old and I still feel like he'll become a better footballer. I feel like he's played a lot of football and I feel like if he moves to Serie A or even La Liga, he'll look like a good footballer and I think he'll go on to have a stellar career. So I'm not really too tough. I feel like his environment will be much better in there, the Premier League, out of there, the hustle and bustle of United, and I feel like he'll thrive. So all the best to him.
Yeah. Do you like the way this ended? Do you think he's in the wrong, or do you reckon it's just a natural time to go?
I think it's a natural time to go because he was the most likely to leave in January.
Yeah.
I don't think this is like, oh, he's done this mid-season or he's done this after his drop in the FA Cup and that's the final straw and now he's going.
Yeah.
Like I feel like this was already planning to happen anyway and this was just a camel that broke the straws.
Eish.
You know what I'm talking about?
The camel that broke
The camel that broke the straw's back.
The straw that broke the camel's back. That's
Yeah.
insane.
No, it was a camel that broke the straw. But what's more likely, a camel breaking a straw or a straw breaking a camel?
Yeah, fair enough. Hey, he's fitting. Because that phrase don't make sense.
No, but that phrase does make sense because the whole point is that so many things has happened that a straw has broken a camel's back.
Bro, imagine breaking a camel's back with a straw.
With straws, exactly.
That's the last thing that.
So that's
If 1,000 cuts, yeah.
exactly that's the whole point. So the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, I think on that show, I think he's wrong to.
We've got to do an episode of our top 5 white people sayings, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely, because that's
Jobs are good then.
Jobs are good is great. Hey, Jobs are good is amazing.
Jobs are good, bro.
Jobs are good.
Yeah, bro. Jobs are good.
Yeah.
Here he is.
Here he is. Oh, I love it. Here he is. Bro,
I'm like, what, me?
Makes you feel like the guy. Like, bro, you walking with white people.
Here he is.
It's like, yeah,
I'm like,
what about him?
I might be, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we'll save that for Patreon one day, man.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, man. But let's wrap up. Thank you for listening to another episode and watching another episode of RNS. Like and subscribe, all of that. Peace.
Up shelves.